Good afternoon, I'm Dwayne Carpenter, Sports Information Director at West Virginia Wesleyan College, and joining me for the men's basketball Coaches Corner is head coach Bill Lilly. Bill, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Dwayne, for having me again.
This past Saturday, your team went down to Eastern Kentucky, a little short-handed, but they played a real competitive game against Eastern Kentucky University. Actually led 29-28. Bryce Barnes had 21 points, 5 of 6 from three-pointers, and Ryan Honer had 15 points and 8 rebounds. Could you talk a little bit about that game?
No. Yes, I can. I'd love to. You're right. We're going down there. We're playing without a 4 and 5 right now, without Nevin Zaravesha and without Dominic Neiman. We are short-handed. We got to play small, differently than what I anticipated playing. But you know what? It's kind of a neat little deal, and it's hard for people to prepare against. Marshall had trouble dribbling, or had trouble defending us off the dribble. So did Eastern Kentucky to some extent. And you talk about two teams that shot it well. Now, we did shoot it well, and I appreciate you mentioning that. And Bryce Barnes had a great game off the bench when you got a kid who can come in and score 22 from sitting down in his seat. Hunter shot it well, which he's always done. We know that's not an aberration of any kind. But if you look on the other side of the box too now, it shows we didn't defend very well.
Right.
Eastern Kentucky shot at 72% from the floor in the first half. You know what? We may have been on the floor, or may have stayed off the floor, and they wouldn't have shot it that well. They shoot it over 70 from beyond the 3 in the first half. So two teams put it up, but we hung in there against a pretty good Division I basketball team who's going to win a lot of games this year, and make them adjust to us. You know, they're famous for playing Beilein's 1-3-1 zone defense and creating havoc with that. And we got him out of that. You know, he had to go back and play some man. They had to put the 1-3-1 on the shelf for a little bit, and we take a little bit of pride in that.
Now going down to EKU was kind of a WVU reunion for you. I know that EKU's head coach is Jeff Neubauer. Do I have that right?
That's correct.
All right, and several on his staff. I know that you were on Beeline staff at the same time when Jeff was there. Could you talk just a little bit about that?
Jeff's been an old friend for years now. He was on staff at the University of Richmond with Coach
Okay.
Beeline when we used to play him at Radford. Recruited a lot of the same people, always ended up at the same events, and I made him buy me lunch every day, one time that he could. Take Richmond's budget, top the Radford budget, and made him buy lunch. Now, he's trying to get payment back for that in wins and taking his guaranteed money. But yeah, he's a good friend. Been a good friend for a long, long time. Josh Merkel's on his staff. Been a good friend as well. They've got some West Virginia kids on there that we've always known throughout the recruiting circles over time. So it is a good mix, and it is a lot of fun to go play against those guys in a nice atmosphere and a great facility, and a little bit of electricity in it for our guys to go do those things, and it's paid off for us.
Okay, coming up, you've got your season opener with VMI this Wednesday. Right now, Virginia Military Institute stands at 1-0. They beat Army. I believe they play Monday night, but right now, as of taping, they're 1-0. Can you talk a little bit about the VMI and what they possess?
We've played Marshall, who's long Conference USA, going to drag it in the middle and just bury you in there if they can. We played Eastern Kentucky, who's going to spread the floor and be a lot like Princeton and shoot it over top of you. Now we've got VMI, who's just going to race it past you as hard as they can. They won't be a big squad. I mean, it's hard to recruit soldiers at 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". But very athletic, very quick up the floor. They're going to shoot it just as quick as they possibly can. And that's not going to be the dangerous part. The dangerous part is the pressure they're going to throw back at you. It's a very unconventional run-jump type of press that probably Dean Smith used to use back at Carolina in his day. And they'll try and speed you up, chase you from behind, tap it loose, run 3 guys at the ball. They make things difficult for teams that play them. We went down 2 years ago and ran into the same situation. Weren't quite prepared for the pressure they were going to give us. And this time, at least, we've seen it before. We still got a few on the roster that have done that. We'll hopefully prepare a little bit better for it and kind of go from there.
And it doesn't get any easier after that. You jump right into conference action down at West Virginia State. State, one of the better teams in the league, has a WVU transfer, Will Thomas. So you're going to be jumping in.
Even before we go to state, we go to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, sorry, that's right. Edinburgh this weekend, you're right.
Edinburgh's probably 6 out of the last 8 years in the NCAA tournament, always a top 20, perennial top 20 team. And yeah, you set that schedule up for us. I appreciate that. You wanted to test us early, and you have.
Yeah.
So you did a nice job of that.
Well, your team will be tested early
yes,
on.
They will.
So, all right. So, anything else you want to add for this week, Coach?
Help.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get our 4 and 5 guys back. Coach, we'll give you next week off since it's Thanksgiving. We appreciate you being here. Good luck in your basketball games coming up. And until next week, he's Bill Lilly. I'm Dwayne Carpenter. We'll see you in 2 weeks.